Here's the thing about Jason. He made a little over 700K plus over the past 3 months. 2 or 3.
3 months.
Because I'm pretty sure it's starting from October because I've seen his journey. And long story short, we both kind of got scammed by, I guess, like our previous supplement brand business partner. They call it business partner, so like it sounds good, but in the reality, you have to like put in your own money, and then he kind of like mentor you instead of like actually helping you. So that doesn't work. That didn't work out for like each of our business partner, and I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy, right? I'm trying not to slur too much. I don't think that'll be cut out, but keep it in there, whatever. Yeah. What would you say? What's your like downest moment? The moment you feel like, fuck, I should just give up and then go back to get like a regular. Stick with my comp sci. He's in like computer science, by the way, in New Zealand, which is a very Asian thing, because he's very very Asian. Like I just realized we have like such a difference. We have like huge difference, bro. We have like very contrast. But yeah, what is your? When was the point where you thought you want to just like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do econ anymore. I just want to be like, let me go back to computer science. Let me just like get a job.
So I've only been doing ecom since March of, I guess now it's last year, 2025. So it's been a little over 9 months, right? Actually, just around 9 months. So it's been quite a short journey. So there hasn't been a point in time where I was like, oh shit, I want to give up. I want to maybe try something else, go back to finish my degree and get a normal job that way, right? But there has definitely been point of times where I did feel like giving up. I'm like, maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not going to work out. And I think for me, the most desperate that I felt throughout the entire journey was starting my supplement brand with my previous business partner. It's a lot longer of a process than I thought it was. Initially, I thought, okay, we're starting the ideation phase in late April. Maybe this will take, 2 months by the most, right? But then ended up getting delayed. Things happened. We switched manufacturers multiple times, switched packaging multiple times, and then that ended up getting pushed back to June, July, August, and then to September, right? So now we're 5 months deep into this, and the supplement brand still hasn't launched. So at that point, I was like, okay, can we really get there? Can we really launch, right? So I guess for my journey, that was the point in time where I was like, okay, this is way too much shit. And I've seen so many people succeed around me doing just standard dropshipping, whereas I've kind of diverged into a different path, going down the supplement route. So at that point, I was like, ooh, should I just maybe go back to doing standard dropshipping? So that's what made me start like my previous store, just a standard dropshipping store, with the intention to come back to dropshipping, revisit all the AI software, not getting fall behind, right? And that store ended up doing quite well. So yeah, so now I'm able to be here with my boy Kevin here in Bali, enjoying ourselves. Yeah, so I'll say that was my toughest moments.
But this sounds mad gay. But anyways, like none of this is script, by the way. Like he was literally about a script, and I was like, fuck it, I can do it. I can literally just raw dog, without like any scripts. But yeah, none of these are like scripted. We don't have anything. My laptop was here because we were trying to find the next Airbnb.
Yeah.
But I get your point. Is that why did I just pause there? But like keep that in.
Okay.
Unscripted.
Yeah.
But you were saying like you started like 9 months ago.
Yeah. Like
So there were a lot of people like they couldn't hit that number 9 months into drop shipping. Like the people we know. I don't really want to name drop here, not gonna lie. So like I'm not gonna name drop everyone, but like at least we have like mutual people that we know. A lot of them are stuck at like 1K day, 2K days, At least for me, I'm pretty much not even like making any money right now, not that much.
Right.
But the thing is, like, you talked about you want to go back to like standard drop shipping,
Mm-hmm.
and then want to like go back to do the supplement, but like instead you want to do a supplement.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a lot of people are doing right now. So because like everyone's just pushing, oh, you should do supplements because you can just charge MRR, and like you see out there that people are doing like black hat,
Yeah. A lot of
like fuck you, bro, fuck the black hats, fuck you.
a lot of them are, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Look, I'm gonna start stuttering so much, but how would you like stand out in the market? Because I know your product, but like try not to leak your product right now, by the way, because I know you want to share it yet. For a supplement,
Yeah.
how are you be standing out from your competitor? Because I know you have a bunch of big competitors. Like, how is your product different, and how would you push your videos to the people slash your viewers audience?
So how would I stand out from my competitors? So right now I am launching two supplement brands. So both of them have finished production, and I'm currently making ads for them to start the launch process. And for those supplement brands, I guess it breaks down to two different parts how I'm going to stand out. One of them will be distribution of content, and the other one will be the ingredient themselves. So for my products, for example, I try to use a lot of AI to improve upon the ingredients for my competitors. So I'm sure you guys know that the supplement industry is a very old industry, right? There's definitely a lot of areas of improvements for different supplements, right? Like even for the biggest brands, they have what ingredient formulas that haven't been updated in maybe decades. So there are places that we can come in and make improvements to those
Pause.
formulas. Maybe it's making them more natural, making using higher quality ingredients, or having more complementary formulas. Maybe something that's all in one, right? Because people these days are quite lazy. We want to take just one thing that fixes all our problems. So there are definitely different ways to. I don't know where to look. I don't know if I have to look there or look at you.
I look both.
Yeah, I'll look both. So yeah, so you can. There's definitely ways to.
Not cutting that shit, by the way.
Yeah, there are definitely ways to improve upon the formulation, and especially now that we have AI, we essentially have the database of everything. So we don't have to be a professional in what chemistry, or like we don't have to be a doctor, like a dietitian, to be able to formulate something that maybe takes decades of professionalism in the past to be able to do. So that's definitely one way to stand out against competitors. And the other way is just distribution. So advertising either on Meta, finding different ways, different angles, but also something that a lot of people are not doing is TikTok Shop affiliates. So instead of testing different ads on Meta, making different angles, testing hundreds of ads, instead we can hire a lot of affiliates, work with different affiliates, and try to have sort of a training program for like an onboarding process for affiliates, where they're showing the type of content that's been performing well for other affiliates. And also the good thing with affiliates is that we don't have to waste a lot of money testing ads that may not work. It's most of the payments are through commissions, so you'll be only be paying the affiliates if they are making money for you. So those are the two main ways that I think I would attempt to stand out. One of which is formulation, which I think I've done a decent job, but I'm a beginner myself, and every month I can see different ways of improving my current supplement. So this supplement right now was formulated 3 or 4 months ago, and with my knowledge now after those 3 months, I can definitely see flaws in the formulation, in the way I thought about angling my product. So there's always changes, always going to be changes, and I'm trying my best to adapt to those changes and adapt to different things I pick up as I go on this journey. Yeah.
Don't you think you're trying to perfect too many things? Like, are you trying to perfect all your formula? Because it sounds like you're trying to perfect all your formulas.
I think for the formula, because it's
Not only like formulas, but like just like overall for both of your supplement brands.
I think for formula, it's a pretty high leverage task to perfect your formula, not in the sense that we're going to spend months trying to research every angle, but it's something that can be done quite quickly with AI, right? With just, let's say, 3 days of deep work, that's 30 hours of pure research, pure deep research with AI, looking at different angles, different ways to market the product. I think within like a very short amount of time, you can create a formula, you can create a pretty good formula or a pretty good improvement upon what's already existing in the market. Whereas since your formulation is like your starting point, it's almost like your ceiling to your product. If it's not done quite correctly, you will hit a bottleneck quite quickly, or it will be harder for you to market a certain product. So I think it's very, very important for us to try to go to our reasonable limits with our current knowledge, of course, because it's always changing. We're always learning because we're all beginners. But it's very important to use everything that we know right now about the market, about what people want to buy and what people are expecting in the market, to try to create a formula that's best suitable for a specific niche, for example, in the market. And for distribution, I think distribution is more flexible. It's easier to change, right? For example, I wanted to do meta ads today. I could try for 1 week. If it doesn't work, I can then switch to TikTok Shop, working with affiliates. If that doesn't work, I could try Google ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads. But I think for the formulation, once you've done it, you can't really change it. So it's good to spend at least a decent portion of time to try to perfect it. But of course, you don't want to spend months on it, right, to make the perfect formula. But try in your reasonable limits to make a pretty good formula. And then with the distribution, it's again trying your best, but that is more flexible, so you can play around with different things. Yeah.
Good call. I also have like my process, because I also have a supplement brand. I'm also running 2 e-com brands. So like one is supplements, the second one I cannot tell anyone yet. He doesn't even know yet. So like my supplement also took about 3 to 4 months. Formulation, production. Now it's gonna be sent to a lab for like testing and all that, because we both have a very similar path of how we're gonna launch the product. But I might have to check that out a little bit because of my lab testing report. But like they should work, bro. I'll figure it out. Anyways, and then how? I don't even know what channel this is gonna be posted on. I might be posting on mine or his. I'll just do both.
Yeah.
But yeah, the formulation, his formula and my formula, like the way that our supplement taking is like different. So mine's like basically more strict, and I have to like actually ask the people who try it and like ask their feedback. His is like very straightforward. So like we have a lot to learn right now. We have like only just like started.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're gonna have my target is like not a crazy amount, but like solid amount by June.
Mm-hmm.
He has his target, but like what's happening is like I have a way bigger target than him, which doesn't really make any sense. But like I don't know, bro. I've been using like too much Alexander the Great. You see over, you look over the land, see how much you can conquer. Yeah. All right. At this point in your life, okay, I'm gonna drop some value here. When you're starting a supplement brand, it depends where you want to go. But like, at least for me, I don't know about him, but like for me, where the market is gonna go is, if you guys know Gary Vee, check him out. He's been talking about like TikTok shop or like video shopping or like live shopping back in the day. So like, at least for the past 10 years, he's been talking about like live shopping, video shopping, which is like now TikTok shop has become the thing. And then right now, like live shopping is not that popular yet. And I'm pretty sure it's like very popular in China because I've heard about it. And what's gonna happen is like Gary Vee, he said he already predicted short form video selling or like just like live video selling with the real people, you know. And then you guys already know, like people, if you guys doing e-com, you already know, like if you look at your content, a lot of people just hate AI, all those sort of things. So you're gonna have way higher leverage to work on a TikTok shop. Like obviously AI is gonna like improve, so you can definitely make videos or like photos to make them look extremely realistic. Like I do that too. Like right now, he does that. All the guys in ecom all do that. But at a certain point, they will 100% be like people create some like crazy apps to see if this video is generated by AI. But before that, you should not be like overthinking. But if you want to like set yourself with a higher leverage and like build like an actual long-term brand instead of like drop shipping, that's why so many people are pivoting into like building actual brand. Like the people that we know, I know, and the people he knows, they all like basically started the brand instead of like doing drop shipping. There's still people doing drop shipping, you know, just like such a good business to build your skills and to like basically leverage the skill and then move on to the brand. Right. And then for supplement, just like if you genuinely want to do supplement, it's not going to be easy. And then the way we're going to be starting this is like he did his lab report, I did my lab report, and they cost some money. Like ecom costs some money if you guys don't know already. And if you genuinely don't want to like spend any of your money, like just realistically just go get a job or like do like a door-to-door knock sell, like a car cleaning business or something. But yeah, anyways, that's so much yap, like 10 minutes. I don't know how if your phone's gonna last. Like how much storage do you have?
I hope it's recording fine. I hope it's like this good angle. I hope it's not gonna randomly shut off. Should be fine.
Yeah, you probably have more. Yeah. Next. What was the reaction when you told your parents that you made a certain amount, you made more than what they're making right now? What was their reaction? Plus, what was their reaction when you told them that you wanna drop out of school? Not like drop out of school. He's taking the gap year. Yeah. Like what some people is doing. He's taking the gap year, and then obviously right now he's doing really well. There's no point for him to go to college. By the way, there's no point. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But what was your parents' reaction, and what was your reaction when you told them, I'm just gonna try this for 1 year, and then the time went on, you made this amount of money, and you show them? What's the like? Give me a little time lapse of the whole reaction, right, and like the talking point, and then for the people who are watching, how should they talk to their parents, and then like, should they stay in school while working on their stores instead of like dropping out? Because I know some like retards just like literally just straight up drop out without any money. Very big risky play, but you can still go back. So yeah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me it was quite a emotional journey going through all of this, and I'm really happy that my parents are very supportive of everything that I do, and they're not that skeptical about this whole e-com stuff. They're trying their best to understand what's going on, and I'm trying my best to convey like what is this whole online business thing, because for them, they don't understand that there's a whole world out there that you can make money online. People can make a really good living from doing things online, and for them, they don't see that path. So I have to try my best to talk to them and to show them like what is actually out there. So at first when my store was doing around 2K to 3K days, I was going to stay quiet about everything. I wasn't planning on telling them at first. But then the reason that I eventually told them is because I ran out of money because I had a 7-day business. I had a 7 business day hold for my payouts, and my store was scaling like crazy, and the ROAS was insanely good. It was like 3.5 to 4 ROAS at around 800 spend per day. So I was doing around 2.5k days, and at that point I wanted to scale further, of course, because the ROAS was so good and it was holiday season. But I didn't have any money. I tried asking like people around me for money, but that didn't end up working. So my last resort was my parents, and I was really, really, I was really, really reluctant to ask them, and I can't remember specifically the reason why, but it just felt weird asking my parents for money. But that was my last resort, so I ended up asking them for. I think at first it was 15k, so it was 5k NZD at first, and then another 10k afterwards. So that's around 8 to 9k in USD, so just under 10k. And I had to ask them at that point because the store was doing so well and I was trying my best to scale it. So I asked them, I sat them down and we had a good talk. I was like, can I please have 5k NZD? I think it was like 3 to 4k at first, actually. It wasn't a very big amount. So I didn't explain that much about what's going on with the business. And they were fine with it. I was like, okay, I'll lend you the money for 3 to 4k NZD. So I got the money, scaled the store a little bit. I thought I was fine at that time again, but then the store kept scaling, and I ran into some more issues. So I was like, Mom, can I have another 10k NZD? And then at that point, my parents thought I got scammed. My parents thought that it was like one of those money investment baits where they lure you with profits, and then you go deeper and deeper and you end up can't take your money out where they pull the trigger. So they thought I was getting scammed, and so they were like, oh no, we can't do this anymore, like you gotta stop, right? And I was really emotional because I tried my best to tell them about everything, about this is a legit business, this is the fruition of my hard work over the past 6-7 months. I'm so sorry, again, happened again, just like this. Anyways, so I try my best to tell them like what's going on, and they didn't understand. They're like, no, like you gotta stop doing this. And I had one final attempt, and then I was like, Mom, Dad, like let me try to explain this to you one more time. And I went through everything. Like I sat them down, I went through everything, and I'm really, really glad that they actually took the time and really tried to understand me and the business. And I think the whole thing was like 25-30 minutes where I really just sat them down, walked them through the entire process. It's like literally like a beginner dropshipping video almost. So it's like from product selection into making the ads and into why the ads and the product worked. And then I remember very specifically there was one point while I was explaining the story, my dad got up from the chair and he's like, son, I got you. I understand you. And then he stood up, he said that, and then I saw like his eyes kind of lit up because I could tell that he realized that this is a legit business and what I'm doing is legit stuff and I'm not getting scammed. So I got up as well and we had a big hug, right? And that was a truly awesome moment. And from that point onwards, like my dad understood. My mom was still kind of in the dark because she was like, oh, it's like my son's getting scammed. But my dad understood. And through that, and I guess he conveyed it more to my mom. So then my parents both understood that I'm not getting scammed, this is legit. And they lent me the 10k NZD. And from that point onwards, I just barely squeezed through and eventually got this big payout that made me able to scale further to, I think my biggest day was a 55k day, which is really insane. And throughout the entire process, I updated my parents. So because we had that big talk, they knew fully what's going on with me and my business. So every time I hit a new milestone, it's like, oh, I hit a 10k NZD day. And my dad will like get up from the couch while he's watching TV and we're like hug and he'll say, I'm so proud of you. And Yeah, so throughout that moment, that point, I always just kept them updated, and they were my biggest go-to when I wanted to share something cool. Whether it's my first 10K day, my first 25K day, my 10,000 order milestone, they will always be the first person or the first people that I would go to and share that joy with. So yeah, I'm just really really happy that I told them about this, because otherwise, if I kept this all to myself, I think it would still feel amazing doing that. But I think just having someone so close that you love, being able to share that joy with you, it just compounds that joy like even further. And with the thing about dropping out, like if you're still in school and you're not making, if you if you don't have like consistent cash flow, I think you shouldn't drop out. I think you should be still trying to do decent in school, maybe put less time into it, and building your business on the side. And once you feel like, okay, you're quite certain that this is the path that you want to take, and you're quite certain that you can make enough bread from doing this in the long term, then yeah, I think take a gap year like what I'm doing and then try it out full time. And if it doesn't work out, in the worst case, you can always just go back and complete a degree and get a normal job. And there's nothing to be ashamed about a normal job, right? It's more, although it's a 9 to 5, you have a boss, it is more consistent, it's more chill, and there's less of that worry factor when you have your own business, because everything can just go to complete trash within like the matter of a few days. So yeah.
Good call. Good call. Bro, I'm like asking such a good question, bro. I'm cooking right now. Anyways,
Okay.
if you're not basically, if you are not making money already, like do not ask your parents for money. Like don't ever ask your parents for money. By the way, that's a no. I personally ask them for money, and I always tell them I need to invest. I got scammed a couple of times because I was doing crypto. Like any business model you can probably think of, I probably have done all of them. And but like I still make decent amount of money from trading. Not gonna lie. So that's why I'm able to like go for a little trip and like able to build some stores. Still have money invested in some stuff. I'll probably talk more about those if I get a chance to get on pod. But because this is like I gotta interview this guy, so this is not just me. One more thing is like drop out. What was like the amount of money do you think people should drop out? 5K with like consistent cash flow. Not 5K, like 2K day not revenue. 1K day profit, like net profit consistently.
I think I think it's dependent case by case. I don't think there's a specific profit or revenue amount that I think you have to hit in order to drop out. I think it more so depends on you, on your financial situation, like your savings, and also consider your parents' financial situations as well. Because if you come from a more well-off family where you can afford to go broke, then you can afford to take bigger risks. But if you if you have to rely on your parents' support, but your parents aren't so well off, then you have to be a little bit careful about your choices. But in terms of dropping out, like I think a very comfortable range. I think if you're hitting 10K plus days consistently, right? If you're doing that for like over several months, doing 10K plus days with 25% plus margins, like I think that's a pretty good indicator that you have.
That's like almost a million a day. That's like almost a million a year. I'm pretty sure that's a million a year. That's a mil.
Yeah, that's like way more than
That's very safe. That's a very safe play.
yeah. Like if you're doing 10K days for,
If you don't have the balls, don't do it. By the way.
yeah, really. And you can always take a gap year off. Like there's too much to consider for a gap year. If you want to try ecom full time, if you're like just graduated high school, you can try doing a gap year and try it full time, right? If it doesn't work out, you can always just start fresh in college. Or if you're already in college, you can always take a gap year anytime, right? And then once it doesn't work out, you can always just go back and complete a degree. I think, yeah, even if you've graduated college and you're working a normal job and you have enough savings, yeah, take a year off your work and try doing ecom full time and seeing if it works for you. I think it's just really, really important to stay adaptable. If it does come to the worst situation that you've dropped out, you've decided to take a gap year, but then 6 months into the journey, into your full-time ecom journey, you ran into some financial issues, like you went broke or your parents need help with financial problems, then those type of situations come, you're kind of forced to come out of ecom because it might not be working for you, you're losing money consistently. So it's just always a matter of being adaptable and not being too stubborn, like, oh, I gotta make this work, because sometimes the hard truth is it might just not work for you.
I know we're gonna have some people who are working jobs right now instead of college student, cause podcast or like longer form videos are mainly like the click through rate. What the people who are more likely to click on the video, because like might be for the people who are older, because young people literally have monkey brains. Like I have monkey brains. Like, don't get me wrong, but like I'm still able to watch longer videos. So this is for the people who are working a job, not a video, but like a question slash value slash answers. Yeah. So that's just my recommendation from me, and from, I guess not from me, because I've never worked a job. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can say it though, but like from my perspective, from how I see the thing, he says like not bad to just like work a job and then just have your own side hustle while working a job, because a lot of my friends are gonna be working at a job, and like a lot of the truth is like there are people telling you he's checking the camera, he's about to pause my video, I'm gonna keep talking.
Keep going.
So yeah, there are a lot of people gonna be working a job, because for a lot of people it's just not gonna work out, or you're already working a job and trying to figure shit out, and what you see online doesn't dictate your life, because like everything online, a lot of them are fake. I mean, even if they are not fake, that's their lifestyle, that's not your life. Like your name is not their name. You are who you are, you know. And then how I like to do about it, if you are doing a job, you should wake up early. Say if you're doing a 9 to 5 for example, and you should wake up at like 4 or like 5, and then right after you wake up, you have like the best time to log into like for like deep work is 4 hours. That's just like for me. So if you wake up like 4, so like you're gonna have 4 to 8 to work on your business. 4 to 8 a.m. by the way. So like to work on your business, and you're probably gonna give yourself like 1 hour or like 1 hour or something to like get ready for your job, you know. Because we all know for a fact that after your job, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do shit. I'm sorry, I'm gonna start slurring. But after your job, you're just gonna be tired. Like you don't want to do anything. And if you guys don't know already, you should go check out this guy his name is Blake Roca, Mr. 428. That's where 428 came from, because he wakes up at 4 and then works till 8. That's usually what he does. But like I said earlier, your name is not Blake Roca. So yeah, if you're like dead ass, like if you're working like a 9 to 5, and then you want to actually do a side hustle, the best timing is literally just to wake up early. If you genuinely want to do it, if you actually want to put your work into it, and then believe it, 4 to 8 is the best timing to do it. Not because not after your job, like I explained it earlier. So, yeah, job is not. There's no shame to work at a job. Like my parents work a job. Uh, those gurus, or like like influencers, at a certain point, their parents also work a job, and at a certain point, those people probably have worked a job before. His parents worked a job, and then yeah, that's just my take on job. Can't hate it. All right. Any thoughts?
Huh?
Any thoughts?
I thought you were the host.
Oh my god! I just clutched the whole. I just like speak what he was gonna say. But anyways, all right. Next, I'll be straight up with this one. Sorry, I'm not getting dizzy right now. I'm like sunburned, by the way. If you can tell, I'm like really burned. So like, all the break. All right. What was it? What was I gonna say? All right, back to school. Do you think this one can be a direct response? Do you think schools are necessary? They're like important?
Like
University
or
so broad.
Or like high school or anything.
Overall.
I think school is good. I think so school, I think university and everything before high school. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think university
Skim
and
the pill off.
everything before high school, including high school, is like two different things. I think elementary school, secondary school, and high school, I think those are pretty good. They help you understand like the basic knowledge that you have to know, right? Like math, English, some sciences, and it's also good for socializing as well. And depending on like where it is in the world, like elementary school is either it's 100% learning, or in other places it's like more like for fun, like to have fun, to socialize with friends. So I think school is pretty crucial for like the development of kids, right, in many different ways. But universities is, I think, it's up for debate, and there's definitely rooms for improvement. The worst thing in my opinion about universities is that the knowledge you learn in most majors and most fields aren't quite applicable to the actual job. Like some of the theories you learn are useful, but most of the stuff that you learn aren't quite useful. And I think for universities, from my perspective, it's a good place to experience, to socialize. Like even though like right now I'm technically dropped out, I think I've done everything I wanted to do in university. So although sometimes I think about, oh, what if I started, what if I just didn't go to university and I just grinded ecom as soon as I graduated high school, then I believe after 5 years, 10 years, I look back into this chapter of life, I think I will but I think I will envy people who went to university, and I will have a sense of FOMO, like, oh, what would college have been like, right? So I think for college, it's definitely good to experience, and once you've hit that point where you're like, okay, I found what I want to do, because I think college is a good place to explore. It's a good place to find out what you want to ultimately do in life. So a lot of people go into university feeling quite lost, but I think once you've found that thing you're really passionate about, it could be like building a startup, it could be ecom, it could be anything. But I think once you've found that thing and you are quite confident that this is what you want to do, then at that point, I think, yeah, it's a good point to focus more on that one thing. So I think for the most part, school is not a scam. I think school is quite good.
Here's the thing about scamming school. Um, school is, God damn it, what's the word? All right. Okay, school and classes are two different things. Basically, school, like the way there are a lot of people online saying like, if you guys have seen like a TikTok trend that just posts like, oh, you missed the college experience, and then the next slide is like, thank God, and they show like a Shopify dashboard. Some of them are faking it, some of them are probably real. And when you think about it, like there are still people go to college when they make like money, bro. Cause like for me, like my school is like great. Not for classes, like I said earlier. Schooling for me, like school and classes are two different things. So like I said, like he said earlier, it's good to like explore and like I'm like blessed to be able to also have the college experience. But like at this point, I'd rather just build on business because I basically experienced everything from like frats to bars to hang with people and then to just like meet people. Because like if you guys don't know, like the founder of Cal AI, he went to college. He's like in college too. Even when he made like couple mil, you know, like he went to U Miami, like one of the biggest party school in the States. Like so does my school. My school is also like one of the biggest party school in the States. So it really depends on what school you go to. And then the classes are useless. I'm gonna be straight up. I mean only a few things will be useful for future. And that's just for me. I don't know about a lot of people, but like that's just for me. And then for at least from my experiences, there are still people cannot figure the things out. There are still people like changing majors, or like they have to like graduate late because they can think of what they want. And then there are still people they don't. They like still lost. So like they basically pick a major and they don't even like it. So they just in there to have like the college experience. So bars, hookup, frat sororities, just like anything you can think of. That's just all American thing. I feel like I don't know if the target audience will hit different countries, but this is for America, by the way. So yeah, college is just trust your guts. Like you gotta listen to yourself. You gotta listen to yourself if you gotta go right now. And then middle school, high school, I guess elementary, I guess you just those kind of suck. Not gonna lie, but it's still a good place to like socialize though, cause it's better to just go to boarding school. Not gonna lie, just get more connection, and then probably learn more things and give yourself more skills. Cause like boarding school and private school, they give you so many more like leverage, I guess, for your skill wise. But like public school, just like too dead. Like all the classes are like way too dead. I sound like I have like experienced both, but I promise I didn't. No, I did. I went to private school and then like public school, both of them. But yeah, like just my take on school. I feel like there are way more I can talk about, but like I want to mainly do about him. Next, we got. What have you planned anything for this year, 2026? Today is January 4th, 2026. It's about to be the 5th. Have you planned anything out? What's the next like 12 months? What is it gonna look like? You don't have to say everything by the way, cause like me, I don't share anything online for my plans until the end of the year. But like there are still people sharing their goals from the beginning of the year straight up online. But that's just not how I want to do it. And you guys will see. But like you too.
I don't have any. I haven't set myself any goals for the new year, and that's mostly because I have been just traveling for the last week and a half, so I haven't had the time to do so yet. But I've never been the type of person to set yearly goals at the start of the year. More so just like to live in the present and try to do my best. And if it comes to a goal, I think my main goal for this year is to try to scale my supplement brands, to try to have a decent amount of monthly recurring revenue for both of my brands. And also just trying more to explore the world, because I have been blessed from my previous store to have the opportunity and the luxury to be able to do that. So for 2026, my goal is to try to explore as much as I can and to unlock new experiences. And while doing so, maintaining and scaling my supplement brands. Yeah.
That's like the most Jason response ever. Live in the presence, because we literally just booked. I told him we gotta book some stuff like earlier, but like we just did a last minute Airbnb for one of them. We'll move out of this. Yeah, this place is cool, bro. If you guys want to see my vlog, which I haven't really vlogged yet, and probably should have done it more, but like a lot of the time I just like bring presents being here. And then we're all very blessed to be here, obviously. I'm not gonna say no. Obviously, bro. Yeah. That is so like I'm like almost out of things to say. That's literally all I can think of right now. I don't know if I should just pause the. All right. One last. I'm just gonna make it the last one. I think we're like almost an hour in. One last question for the viewers. This is gonna be more serious podcast, by the way. So like, there's no like body counts. How many girlfriends do you have? None of those. I'll do those in the future, not right now. But for the viewers, for the audience, for the people, if they are between the age, when do people start doing business right now? I think like 12. I think that's pretty insane. But like from age 12 to 21, because I know there are fucking people doing business at 12 right now, 11. I've seen this someone posted on social. What's your message to them for the people who are from the age of 12 to 21, because he's 21, in terms of in business in general, so not just specifically e-com? Stick with one thing, by the way. Pick one thing and stick with it. But like if you're before 16, you can low-key explore it. But if you're after 18, if you're before 18, you can low-key explore it because you have a lot of time. But after 18, by 18 you should lock in with the business model. So you have like 6 years to find out, and like even if you don't stick with one business, you would have just still have kind of like I guess like skill plus the experience with different business. I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but yeah, what's your message to them?
I have a answer already formed in my head. So I think for people who are between the ages of 12 and 21, and potentially even above 21, but just getting into business, or maybe who's already into business for several months, I think my main message would be try not to rush things and try not to be too destination oriented. And because I feel like a lot of people want to make a lot of money, want to make millions, right? Want to build a 8-figure, build a 9-figure, build a 10-figure brand. And a lot of people will be staying on the grind until reaching that point. But I think it's very important to make the journey as enjoyable as possible. So maybe you've went from 0 to 100K. And for some people, going from 0 to 100K is life-changing money, depending on your family backgrounds. So I think it's really important to explore as you go. So for example, when you go from 0 to 100K, maybe now use some of that money to go around, explore, compared to just locking yourself in your room until you've hit that big goal of yours of maybe it's building an 8-figure or 9-figure brand or having millions in the bank. So yeah, I think that is my main message, is to enjoy the journey as you go through it and not to be focused too much on a big goal.
Good one. Good one. All right. That's almost. I think it's almost an hour. And yeah, that's all for today's Guru Maxing podcast. I don't even remember the name, like Fake Guru Podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of it for today. We're gonna need to pack low key. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next whoever channel this is. But like, I'll leave all our socials down below and all our channels. Go follow up. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.